Hi everyone. So I thought I'd make this video in response to and in addition to Crystal's video. Her channel is Life with Crystal. I'm sure most of you know her as she is quite a big channel in the reborn community. Anyways, what Crystal was addressing in her video was what if people that you know, I guess in real life, like outside of the reborn/doll collecting community, what if they find your YouTube videos? And she brought up some very valid points, and it made me think. I have a job now at a fast food restaurant. I love my job. I love my coworkers. It's awesome. But you just never know, so I have to keep, my options open because sometimes I could get a lot of hours, sometimes I get, little to no hours, and, I might get to the point where I need a second job. So, with that being said, if I'm applying for another job, a second job, or a third job, or, whatever the case may be, then what if they Google my name and somehow find my YouTube channel about my doll collection, specifically reborn dolls? I've been a doll collector all my life. I got my first doll at 6 months old, and ever since then I have gotten at least 2 dolls every year since I was 6 months old, one for Christmas, one for birthday, usually more than one because I get, a doll from Grandma for Christmas and a doll from Santa for Christmas. And then once I got to be 5 and a little bit older, 5 and older, usually Grandma or Mom would buy me a porcelain doll as well. So I'd usually get for Christmas a toy doll. Well, usually 2 toy dolls, one from Santa, aka Mom and Dad, and one from Grandma. And then Grandma or Mom would usually also buy me a porcelain doll, or they would maybe go half and half on a porcelain doll, like Mom pays half, Grandma pays half type thing. So I've always had dolls, and, it's come to light in recent years as, the internet became available and I was able to find other collectors. And, I really honestly haven't been a very popular person for most of my life. I didn't really have a lot of friends growing up because my voice and maybe my physical appearance, I don't know, people just didn't like me, so I'm, quite used to being alone. When I was a child, I was quite used to being alone and just playing with my dollhouse and things like that. So I didn't really know that, doll collecting was such a taboo thing. I did know, however, like as I got older, that, the older you get, you can't, like supposedly you can't play with dolls anymore once you are at a certain age, or so they say. You know what I mean? So for someone on the outside looking in, this must look like a bizarre hobby. What they may find that I'm not into, but they could assume that I am, is people that are into extreme role play, people that role play that they're doing anything and everything that you would do with a real baby with their reborn doll. They will probably run into videos of people, changing, feeding, taking, like, even bottle feeding, breastfeeding their reborn dolls, people taking their reborns on outings and things like that, which none of those things are for me. If that's your thing, that's fine, but it's just not for me. I just want them as dolls in my doll collection. I change them every couple months, and I try to change as many as I can for Christmas and Halloween. As you can see, these ones are still dressed for Christmas, which I don't want to change them because I like them, and it took me so long to get them all changed. And I didn't get everyone done this year. I have over 100 reborns, and Christmas is the busy season at work, so I didn't get time. So yeah, it's just, I worry about, a potential employer finding my profile, like they Google my name or whatever, and then they find out I collect dolls, and then they search reborn dolls, and they see all these documentaries and stuff where it makes people look like they are nuts. That, like, people that have reborns, it makes them look like they're nuts. So then they may assume that, oh, this person, is a nut bar because she has these lifelike dolls, and then they're going to assume, oh, well, you think your baby dolls are real. And I know even the people that are into the extreme role play, they know it's a doll. We all know they're dolls. We all know the difference between a baby and a doll. But the way it's portrayed, as I said, people on the outside looking in may think we're nuts. And people are aware of my dolls, my coworkers, most of them anyway. A lot of them are my friends on Facebook, my coworkers, and I have my cover photo as a picture of my dolls, my reborn dolls, some of them, dressed in their Christmas clothes. And yeah, so if they Google my name and they find my Facebook, they're going to find that photo of the reborn dolls. Now, I love that photo and I don't want to take it down, but given the fact that some of the things that Crystal said really made me think, it's like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have this, but I hate to create a separate account for just my reborn dolls because like on Facebook and stuff, sometimes I'm on chat with people that are in the reborn community, or I'm on chat with maybe my friends or my coworkers, and it's kind of nice to have everyone in one place. Rather than, I want to chat to my reborn friends or doll collector friends, and I have to go to this Facebook page, or like my create two Facebooks kind of. And I never really wanted to do that, but I've kind of thought about it over the years because just for that reason alone, that people on the outside looking in think we're absolutely nuts. And for potentially finding a job, if it ever came down to the fact that, right now things are slow, but I know they're going to pick up in the spring. So I just got to wait it out. But in the meantime, I'm still looking online every day pretty much for, what jobs are out there, just to see. And I did recently have a job interview, but I declined their offer because they couldn't guarantee me. It was for a housekeeper position at a hotel, and they couldn't guarantee me any amount of hours. Like they said, um, I could come into work and work, 2 or 3 hours. And then all the work's done, so you have to go home. Or there could be a lot of work to do, and I could be working like 10 hours that day, and, I just don't, I just can't mentally or maybe even physically handle that, like, okay, yeah, I could handle physically like 3 hours or whatever. That's nothing. I could definitely work 3 hours, but that's not good for the paycheck. I mean, if I'm only gonna get, 3 or 4 hours a day, like 15, 20 hours a week or whatever, then I feel like, is it worth my time and my effort? And then again, that whole thing of not knowing, like, oh, am I going to work 3 hours today or am I going to work 10 hours? I kind of need to know because for the first time in a long time, I do have friends, and I also, I am an adult. I have things to do. I am on my own. I don't have like a spouse or anyone to help me. So it's up to me to, do all the household chores. It's up to me to do all the shopping, and I don't drive, so I have to take the bus. So that means I'm out pretty much every day getting groceries and stuff because I have to take the bus and I can't carry it all in one trip. So it's like, okay, what do I need today? Go through my fridge and my cupboards and whatever. What do I need? Okay, I need like these 3 or 4 things, or maybe I'll make a list for the week. Like, okay, on Monday I'm gonna get like my milk and my bread and my eggs, or something like that. And then on Tuesday I'm gonna get like my cereal and I don't know, like my peanut butter and my bread and that sort of thing. I don't know. You get the idea. But if I were to get everything all at once, that's a bit much for me to carry. And I also live in a walk-up apartment building, so I'm on the second floor, but still I have to climb the stairs and somehow carry all my bags of stuff, and I just can't do that all by myself. Um, so yeah, I'm kind of rambling, but I just kind of now worry about, would a potential employer find out about my dolls, and would that maybe ruin my chances? Um, if they find out I'm a reborn doll collector or a doll collector in general, that's very taboo these days. As I'm sure we're aware, there are a lot of horror movies that portray dolls as evil. Like the doll becomes possessed and it kills people and whatever. And a lot of people fear dolls. I went to college with a girl that actually was terrified of dolls. So anytime she and I had a group project, um, we'd have to go to like the college or her place or another group member's place because she was too terrified to come to my place with all the dolls. So, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Should I maybe make another Facebook for my dolls and rejoin all my doll groups? I don't know. I wish it wasn't such a taboo hobby. I'm not saying it has to be mainstream, but really, what's the difference if somebody collects stamps? I collect dolls, so what? But then again, you don't see a horror movie where the stamps come to life and kill people, And, I don't know, as a doll collector, I guess, I'm so used to seeing dolls and having dolls that I don't know the difference. And I've seen a lot of the horror movies with the dolls that, they come to life and they kill people and whatever. But I know the difference between fantasy and reality. I know the dolls aren't going to come to life and kill me or kill anyone else, or any other inanimate object is not going to come to life, you know? Um, I'm just kind of confused, and I've been thinking about what to do. So I guess let me know your thoughts about, like, I don't care. Like, everybody knows I collect dolls, like my friends, my family. But then again, also on a kind of the same but different topic, even the reborn community kind of shuns me, I guess, at times. A lot of people that I run into don't agree with me having so many. And many people don't agree with me not interacting with my dolls as if they were real babies. And I really wish it was a different world as well. Like, we have enough people kind of like attacking us for our hobby. We really don't need it among, our fellow collectors and people who take on the role as parent and treat their dolls as if they're real. I feel like, you do you and I'll do me. Like, you do your role play and whatever, that's fine. But don't tell me that I need to role play, and that's why you have reborns. That's why you have to have reborns. I've heard it so many times, like, well, what's the point of having reborns if you're not going to treat them like they're a real baby? I'm like, well, they're dolls. I'm a doll collector. So these are just a type of doll that I collect. And oh, no, 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 no. People are like, no, no, no. Like, if you're going to have reborns, you're supposed to treat them as if they're real and blah, blah, blah. How dare you neglect your babies and just leave them there, sitting there on a shelf, never feeding them, changing them, whatever. And I'm like, okay, like, I don't understand. Like, just as, I guess on some level I do understand the role play. Some people have kind of explained it to me, why they role play. But I just wish that people also understood the other side of it. From my point of view, is that they are dolls, and that's all they're ever going to be to me. Anyways, I'm rambling. I hope this makes sense. I gotta go to bed. Well, actually, I gotta make cookies and then go to bed because I promised my coworker that I'd bring in cookies tomorrow. But it is late. I might just go to bed and get some Timbits. My Canadian people know what Timbits are. So yeah, I may get some Timbits on the way to work tomorrow, since payday's Friday, and I did sell some more of my dolls recently locally, so I got a bit of extra money, and I worked more than usual, so again I got more extra money coming my way, even though rent and bills and all that are due. Like, I still have money left over, which is like unusual for me. It's like, wow, I have like enough to pay my rent, pay my bills, get my food, and I have extra money. I do have enough to get another reborn, but I'm holding off because there's certain ones that I want, and I'm just kind of waiting to see if I find, like, I like them, but there's some, it's like, for the price, I'm like, it's the sculpt I want, but there's something like, I'm not in love with it enough to pay, $400 for it or whatever it costs, It's like, if it's $400 or whatever, I want certain things, I don't want a boo-boo baby. I don't want one that, has been played with and dragged around and whatever. Anyways, I gotta go. Have a good night, everyone, and let me know your opinions. Maybe make a video about this yourself and share it with me, or leave a comment below and let me know. Thank you all for watching. Bye.